Good morning. Arthur Offaly speaking on behalf of the Arthur Offaly Foundation. Now, after watching many stories about that disgusting so-called royal family, these scum are beyond contempt. What more evidence do you need for that brain-dead British state and those bigoted, racist loyalists from Northern Ireland to get before the public kick those sponges back to where they came from? This family colluded with the MI5 and MI6 security forces to murder Diana and other innocent members of the public, just to satisfy their sick lust for murder. Now, these sadistic perverts, Masonic scum, who have robbed the world for years, surely it is time now for the people to wake up and smell the coffee and give those sick people a taste of their own medicine. Then you get those sick scum calling themselves grooms of the stool, whose job is to wipe and wash the behinds of those sick, satanic, Masonic people who cannot and will not wipe their own bums. And shame on those members of the public who would stoop so low to do the job. Who do these scum think they are? They have no respect for the public, and that corrupt British government have one law for the poor and no law for the rich. What is that so-called police force called Scotland Yard and security forces of MI5, MI6 doing about these people who can murder at will, who can attack children, and nothing is ever done to that interbreeding bunch of scum? They are immune from arrest, they pay no taxes, are answerable to no one. We the public pay our taxes, so why do those sponges not pay tax? After all, this scum live on the wages that we pay them. This murder of Princess Diana brings back memories of my unarmed father, who, like Diana, was murdered by the British government, aided by a corrupt police force, also MI5, MI6, who carried out the murder of Diana to satisfy a corrupt family of satanic, Masonic murderers who only wanted the princess to get them a heir to the throne, to carry on their sick reign as the royal family. After that, she was expendable and her services was no longer wanted. And those so-called security forces of the police and MI5, MI6 carried out their duty to murder Princess Diana on the orders of the royal family. And that is how it resembles my father's murder. Sinn Féin IRA wanted my father to go away as he was a thorn in their side, as he took no orders from them at the Belfast docks that they ran. So they employed the corrupt RUC PSNI Special Branch, who colluded with the British state and the British Army to murder my father. Sinn Féin even supplied the 5 IRA informers to carry out the murder. They put their top informer, who was head of the Nutting Squad, Ferry Scapitici, on the job to make sure it was done properly. And of course the police and the British Army were there to make sure that the area was clear for them to carry out their murder. Now the legal system and the court system have joined in to make sure that Scapitici does not reach the courts to stand trial for murdering my father, Arthur Joseph Offaly, in 1874. Now, I spent 44 years finding out who murdered my father, and I know that I will not get any satisfaction from the legal system here in Northern Ireland. And 4 out of the 5 scum who murdered my father have died. The last one just died, the 4th one just died last week. But the trigger man who murdered my father, Ferry Scapitici, is still alive, and I probably will have to sort him out myself. And Princess Diana's 2 sons should have done more to find out who murdered their mother, as the dogs in the streets know who planned and carried out her murder. And you don't have to be Albert Einstein to work that one out. Come on, you two, get up off your butts and go to act together as your beloved mother would expect it of you. When your mother was killed 20 years ago, I knew it was a murder and not an accident as the corrupt government of the British state wanted the public to think. She was brutally murdered by the security forces, as I stated, on the orders of the royal family. And now, if the Arthur Rafferty Foundation can be of any help to Princess Diana's sons, give me a call, as I know you will get very little help from the British government, as I have found out your mother and those who murdered her deserve justice. Arthur Rafferty speaking on behalf of the Arthur Rafferty Foundation, a totally independent victims group who receives no funding or charity from any government agency. Now, anyone who would like a tape of this story or any one of my stories can call me on my mobile 07715 921137. Leave your name and address and I will send you a tip free. Thank you. Anyone who has a story to tell and wishes me to air it can call me on my mobile 07715 921137, or I can send a reporter out to get your story. And remember, I will tell your story as you tell it. Nothing will be cut out. Now watch more of my stories on YouTube, arthurrafferty.com, YouTube Arthur Rafferty, Arthur Rafferty Docker, YouTube Jackspot 2012. That is a tip about the brutal murder of my father by a 5-man gang of Sinn Féin IRA led by Freddie Scappaticci on the orders of the British government, the RUC, PSNI and the Special Branch. Now that Sinn Féin IRA scum Scappaticci carried out their orders on their command. My email is arthurrafferty1@gmail.com. Thank you for watching ASNI TV. Good morning and I will see you soon.